Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I'm a 25-year-old piece of gold, the messiah of the microphone messiah, the greatest sports recreational podcaster in the world today. And yes, I am a California classic, the fully vaccinated king, the Segway king, the Valkyrie king of the Great White North. Why? Because I'm Canada's favorite honorary son. But you know I never do it alone. He's my tag team partner, the Jim and my Jay, the Totem Arn, the Stevie Ray to my Booker T. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the host of the award-winning Under the Radar, which made its return. Yes, he's also the host and creator of Curveballs and Chair Shots. Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever and currently 13-time Bulletcast World Heavyweight Champion, the Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. Yay! Woo! BT, it's Thursday. You know what that means. How you doing, man?
Doing fantastic. As you said, Under the Radar returned. Listen back to it. Get a little long-winded at times, but you might be the fully vaccinated king, but I'm the half-vaccinated king. See, got my little thingy right there. So 3 weeks we can be the fully vaccinated podcast or some nickname you can think of.
The fully vaccinated tag team. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God! You see, I posted the clip of young boy number 2 singing the Firefly Funhouse theme.
I did see that. It's a lovely rendition. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it.
Now we don't have to go and look for it. It's there forever. You people are welcome. I did you all a solid. Before we get things rolling, you know we got to talk about it. HD for Life on teesprings.com. Their social media handles for Instagram and Twitter, hd.4.life. Designs, Get Her Done 1 and 2, Hurry Up 1 and 2, Mr. Sapo 1 and 2, H-Dog, Mother's Love, King H-Dog, H-Dog Dash, Get It, Mr. Pimpin', HD for Life Americana, Common Sense, Soldier H-Dog, Life Safety, HD for Life Safety, Lily's Love, HD for Life, Orange and Pink, Softball Life, Reunite, Generations, Little Rena, Lil H-Dog, Explode, Show Quality 1, 2, and 3. He has drinkware, fanny pack, socks, hoodies, t-shirts, sweatpants, tank tops, face masks, tote bags, mugs, pillows, beach towels, posters, blankets, phone cases, stickers, and so much more. The sales are climbing since the prices have lowered. Go over to teesprings.com, HD for Life, and get you some graffiti merch, baby. Get it. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. Keep listening to the show, but go over there and do it now. You can do 2 things at once. I know you don't want to miss a second of this content, but you have to go do it now. Yes.
Please.
I mean, it's some fresh looking merch. Speaking of fresh, Brandon, I interviewed the world's freshest tag team yet again. This past Saturday at Level Up in San Jose at Agua Among the Living. Had some fun. Had some fun, man, you know. It felt normal. It really did, man. You know, everybody's wearing masks and whatnot, but, you know, COVID's not in your mind. You're just watching some professional wrestling, some of the best in the Bay do what they do. Man, it was great. Did you see the interview of myself and the world's freshest tag team?
I did not see the interview, but I heard the interview. It seemed like you guys were having a lot of fun. You got a great rapport with those 2 guys, and first show back in a while, so hopefully things start picking up summer 2021. We can see them a whole lot more and wrestling a whole lot more. I'm excited to hopefully be at a show with you sooner rather than later.
I mean, they got another one May 22nd. Are you down?
I'll check my schedule, but possibly.
Possible. Okay. Yeah, man, it was cool, man. I mean, those Agua tag team titles, they look beautiful. Shout out to West Coast Design. He's been killing the game when it comes to designing championships. Don't be surprised if you see him pop up on the Bulletcast platform again sometime in the near future. All right, let's move into it. So Daniel Bryan, he gave an interview to BT Sport. He said he felt a little strange in his WrestleMania 37 main event match with Edge and Roman Reigns, and he said his contract is up relatively soon in September. So, is Daniel Bryan officially on his way out the door of WWE, or when his contract expires, does he pop up in Japan? Does he pop up in CMLL or AAA, MLW, AEW, NWA? Where do you see Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, popping up when his contract is up?
Very similar to Samoa Joe. If he's healthy and he can do it, I would love to see Bryan Danielson everywhere and anywhere. He said in that interview that he felt detached during the match, kind of like an out-of-body experience. Now, is that him being detached from wrestling, or is it being detached from, the WWE environment? He feels like maybe he's done everything he could do and he's just kind of a cog in the machine. He's not what he was, 6-7 years ago. I don't know. He has 2 kids. He wants to be, more of a father. And with touring looking like it's going to be a thing in summer, fall 2021, possibly. You said his contract is up in September. We did this 2 years ago at the formation of AEW. And I was saying, I want to see Bryan Danielson in AEW. I want to see him do New Japan. Hopefully he can do all that stuff. But I've been here before. I've said I want to see him do things outside of WWE because as someone who's a big Daniel Bryan fan, never really seen a lot of stuff before his WWE run. So I'm hoping that he does things, but I'm not expecting it.
I mean, Daniel Bryan versus Will Osprey?
That could be good. But
Speaking
I'm looking for Daniel Bryan versus like a healthy Okada.
Oh man. Speaking of Will Osprey, CM Punk said he wouldn't mind doing that. He said that interests him more. Wrestling guys he's never been in the ring with interest him more than, going back to WWE. What did you think about that? CM Punk versus Will Osprey? What do you feel about that?
It would be an interesting matchup. CM Punk hasn't been in the ring for a long, long time. I know he's been helping train for like a HBO wrestling series or something like that. So he has been in the ring, kind of maybe knocking the ring rust off a tad bit. But him against Will Osprey, it's an interesting blending of styles. Will Osprey, now a heel, different character, but his in-ring work is kind of still the same, not as high-flying as he was a few years back. But if it's in New Japan, that is kind of, I mean, if you want to really go and attract the Western fan base in the United States, that's definitely a way to do it.
Absolutely. Get that American star over there. That's how you build eyes. I mean, you look at Jericho. I mean, the guy sold what 15,000 more tickets when he main evented the Tokyo Dome with Kenny. I mean, come on, man. Get those stars over there. The baddest woman on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. She's pregnant. How do you feel?
Good for her. She's been trying for a little bit. This is kind of the reason she left after WrestleMania 35. And she's pregnant, due in September. Good for her and Travis Brown starting a family. I know they already have 2 children from Travis Brown's previous relationship. But, she's been wanting this for a long time. And it's nice to see that she's finally being able to do it.
Oh, man. Everything's happening in September. Maybe we should just start playing Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't know. You an Earth, Wind, and Fire guy, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. So big Earth, Wind, and Fire guy.
So besides September, well, I mean, what else you like?
Hey, Siri, show me Earth, Wind, and Fire catalog.
Oh, come on.
Earth, Wind, and Fire on the iTunes store.
Come on.
Thanks, Siri. You're so nice.
Reasons, let's groove. Come on.
I can't do that.
I have to install iTunes? Man, Siri, come on.
Come on, Boogie Wonderland. Come on, my guy. It's okay. We'll open you up to the tape library of Earth.
That's okay. Fire. When Baby Huey asked your favorite Metallica song, I know you were going deep in the Rolodex of all the different lovely Metallica songs.
Oh, of course. Was it Memory Remains? Yeah, there we go.
And then what's like your second favorite song?
Oh, Enter the Sandman.
Enter the Sandman?
Yeah.
Okay, not Enter Sandman, but Enter the Sandman. So like Enter an offshoot, remix?
Enter the Sandman, yeah. I found a cover that I liked.
Okay.
Yes. Smackdown, Cesaro steps up to the head of the table. How do you feel about that? Cesaro mixing it up with the Tribal Chief for the Universal title? I'm not mad at it. But apparently Seth Rollins said Cesaro and him aren't done.
Yeah, it seemed like they were posing Big E and Cesaro coming out of WrestleMania to possibly go up against Roman Reigns. And I was excited to see what Cesaro and Roman can do. I was a little disappointed that they are maybe rehashing the Seth Rollins storyline. going back to Vince calling Cesaro a little too Swiss. I don't know if it's him being too Swiss, but I could have done with him being a little bit more agitated, a little more, motivated instead of being kind of self-deprecating about all the things Roman and Paul Heyman were saying. But just the prospect of Cesaro finally getting his main event singles match excites me.
It does. It excites me as well. Cesaro and Roman, I think they can do good business together. Is there Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, the SmackDown Women's Champion, celebrates with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. How do you feel?
It was good. Kind of had its ups and downs, the Bianca Belair character. I think you always kind of want to walk that fine line of her being confident without being too cocky. But I think she did a good job. The pairing of her and the Street Profits is good. And I did like her at the end kind of saying, time for y'all to stop messing around and to get your gold back. I got my gold. Time for you to do yours. And what do? They like end up losing to the Dirty Dogs?
Dirty Dogs! Shout out Dolph Ziggler. Can we put the world title back on him just one more time? That's all I want out of life. I'll be happy. I'll be a happy fan. That's all I want. I may say nice things about other promotions if that happens. Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that's a fair trade-off.
What do you mean?
I don't think we want to see Dolph Ziggler hold the world championship.
What do you mean? I will say nice things about NJPW. And Will Osprey and all those other jabrones over there, if that happens, all
Except
right?
for Ishii. Ishii is not a jabroni.
Well, no, I love Ishii. I love Ishii
Okay.
to death. Ishii, that's my dirty dog. Because he's a stone pit bull.
R.I.P. DMX.
Oh, man. X gonna give it to you. All right, outside of the ring, A&E WWE shows. So Sunday night, they were back-to-back. We have the 2-hour documentary series about Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then we get into the the A&E show about WWE's Lost Treasures. So, Stone Cold's your guy. How'd you like that?
Stone Cold is my guy. I kind of put it off. I didn't watch it on Sunday because I was like, oh, it's a Stone Cold documentary. I kind of know everything there is to know about Stone Cold. But his family life and his personal life is something he's kind of protective about. He doesn't go into much in detail, but he did touch on it here. He went over kind of maybe the first half hour was about him as a child, him in college and working on the docks and everything leading into him being a pro wrestler. So kind of the personal family life of Stone Cold was something that I really enjoyed. I thought they told a nice cohesive story. They did kind of, gloss over some of his marital issues. We'll just say that. And he always kind of just coats it over as like, him running too hard and him being a different person back then, which I understand. Like he definitely has, gotten on the straight and narrow on that side of things. And yeah, overall, I thought it was a really good documentary. They're doing Roddy Piper this week. He has a crazy story in his own right. And I know most of it, but I think I'll learn a lot from that one as well.
Yeah, the Stone Cold one, man. Like I honestly, you don't know. I mean, I really didn't know he had kids like that. Because, I mean, like, when guys don't talk about it and you just don't, like, you're not curious about it, so you just don't pay attention to it. I'm like, oh, okay, he had some kids. And then I didn't realize his wife was British. She was part of the Chris Adams training academy down in Texas. And when the family moves over to England, he said that his daughter had a thick Texas accent like his. Now she has a British accent. He said that broke his heart, and it was time for him to, kind of get on the straight and narrow and get out of the business. I'm like, oh, man, I feel for you.
Yeah, that's kind of the one standout story from him was like, she used to be like me, and because what I did in my life choices, it, affected him and his daughter and everything like that. And that's just who Stone Cold is. They kind of the theme throughout was he always wanted to be the best. Sometimes he was a little difficult to work with because he wanted to do the best and he wanted to be the best. And once he got, turn of the century, when he kind of saw that the writing was on the wall, that he wasn't going to be that guy anymore. And he has his neck issues or spine issues that he kind of correctly talked about. Like he doesn't have a broken neck. He has a bruised spinal cord. And that's really what his issues are. So yeah, fantastic. And one of the biggest stars, maybe the biggest star in wrestling to start off the documentary series. And I thought it was a good one.
Absolutely, man. I always love how he comes up with the Stone Cold character. He was watching that, the Iceman just popped up on my TV, the serial killer, the Hitman, and his wife was like, "Get that before it gets stone cold." Like I just love that. I think that's cool. That was great. Now we get to the treasure hunting show. You know, Mick Foley was the first up. You know, they get the original Mankind shirt. They get the Cactus Jack flannel, and they get one of the original Mr. Sacco's. That's cool. That's interesting. And the collections that these people have. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah, these collections are like insane. So, I mean, some of the people that you see kind of would be the person you would expect them to be, but the hosts, quote unquote, or Stephanie and Triple H, they're very heavily hinting at them building this collection to be in a physical type of museum Hall of Fame type thing.
I'm glad you just said that because Triple H was on Cheap Heat with my boy Peter Rosenberg, greatest 24/7 champion of all time, this past Tuesday, and he and his co-host that guy Greg, they asked him, so like, is this gonna happen? And they said that there have been talks about it, but you want to do it to the point to where it is a true tourist destination. You don't just want to do it and people are like, oh, I saw some boots from the 1970s. Oh, that was cool. You know, like you want to make it this true elaborate extravaganza that draws a lot of money and people always want to be there, and it's hard to obtain a ticket to go see. So once they start getting stuff like that set up, then we can see a physical Hall of Fame down the line.
I think that's Triple H being coy. I think the whole point, maybe not the whole point of the show, but at the very end, the last episode is going to be an announcement. That's what I think.
Okay. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the dude he traded. I think it was the dude with the was it the flannel or the sock? He like got some money and he got to tour the warehouse and take one thing. That's
the dude with the flannel was playing some hardball, which I kind of always. I understand you have a collection, you're a big fan, but it's like when the person whose thing it is wants it back.
How do they lose them? Like, I don't understand.
Well, most of them were kind of donated to like charity auctions.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, man, I would love to tour the warehouse.
Because I think the whatever Mankind thing and the flannel were donated, and then the sock was probably something that someone just like threw in, like Mick Foley just threw in the crowd.
Yeah. Brian, if you could tour the warehouse, what's the one thing you're taking?
The one thing I am taking.
The Smackdown fist?
That's way too hard for me to carry out.
Just have them ship it to you.
I don't know what they have, but I'm a big vintage clothing type of guy, and I would love to just go and take like the entire Stone Cold collection. Okay, the one shirt I need them to re-release, which I don't think they ever will be the folk fear drink beer shirt. I need that t-shirt to be re-released immediately.
They have it's in the warehouse, dude. It's in the warehouse.
And that's what I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take all of it. I'm gonna take all those Stone Cold t-shirts.
I want a ring used championship so bad, dude. Let me just let me just ruffle through the crate and see which one I like. I'd probably take the big gold though. That's probably what I would do.
Maybe I'll take the Terminator heads from Triple H's WrestleMania 31 entrance.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Conrad Thompson, he has the chair from the '99 I Quit match with Rock and Mankind. I'm like, oh my god, that's interesting. I like that.
Nice. We will be seeing former WWE, current AEW roster member Big Show on the memorabilia show, and I think Christian makes an appearance. What's another? I'm trying to think of. I think there was somebody else who's like made an appearance. Jim Ross was on the A&E Stone Cold documentary.
Well, he had to be.
I mean, I know he has to be. I'm just saying, everyone's saying WWE hates AEW, and I mean, I'm obviously the Big Show thing was before he signed, but
yeah, I mean, like if Jim Ross wasn't on the Stone Cold doc, like that just wouldn't make any sense. Like, how do you do that?
Like, you can't have the Edge documentary without Christian.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Tom Phillips, he's been removed from the announce table on Monday Night Raw. Wasn't at WrestleMania. He was battling the vid, COVID. So I assume he's made a recovery now. We don't know, but speedy recovery to Tom Phillips, man.
Yeah, hopefully gets better. I didn't know robots can get COVID, but apparently that's a thing.
Whoa! What do you mean?
I mean, Tom Phillips can be a little robotic at times.
Hey, man, when he used to be like, from the heavens, when Montez would hit that frog splash, come on, bro. That's not robotic. That's charismatic.
So how long until Adnan Virk gets the boot and we see Tom Phillips again?
I don't know. He's met with Vinnie Mac, right?
Good for him. Finally meeting your boss after however long he's been with the company, like a month.
Vince is a busy guy. All right, come on, man. He doesn't get to meet everybody right away. He doesn't remember a lot of things. Hell, he barely remembered Luke Gallows was Festus. Come on now.
If Vince doesn't remember, then apparently nobody remembers, according to him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. MLW has got a TV deal. They will be on Vice TV coming this spring. That's a big move for them. You know, Vice has been very giving to the wrestling community with the Dark Side of the Ring series, which is going to be an absolute banger this season on May 6th. So yeah, man, how do you feel about MLW moving to Vice?
Excited for them. I've heard some good things about MLW. It's kind of like the new NXT. It's only an hour. It's good, solid storyline. You know, good wrestling match. Get in, get out in the hour. So I'll definitely check it out when it's on Vice. When they were on BN, whatever like the sports channel is, they were on there for a little bit. I checked them out, and I kind of I enjoyed what it was, but sometimes there's just too much stuff to watch that it got put on the back burner.
I mean, it's on YouTube. It's a nice little thing to watch. Jacob Fatu's been killing it as their world champion. Alex Hammerstone, he's the national champion over there. You got Richard Holiday, the Caribbean champion. All guys that are doing some good work and are part of GSW in a way. Go check that out. Tickets for Catalyst have gone on sale today. Make sure you get that. But yeah, man, MLW, they're doing some good stuff, and then they're returning with crowds on July 10th of this year. I'm happy for them.
They're going to be in the ECW arena. So
yeah,
there you go.
Little ECW vibes with MLW. You got to get that fan base, man. People love MLW.
People of ECW.
Well, they loved ECW. It's no longer in existence.
Yes.
Correct. Yes. Nothing really inside of the ring. This day in wrestling, let's get into it. Mike McGurk she made her Wrestling Challenge debut in 1988. She was the first female announcer for the company. Her father wanted a boy so bad that he just named her Bike, so I thought that was funny. We have IRS making his WWE debut, or his debut as IRS in 1991 against Jimmy Snuka. Nitro on this day in 1996, 25 years ago, Big Show or Paul White, the Giant, regains the world title. ECW SummerSlam 2000, Tommy Dreamer finally wins the ECW title, then he loses it moments later to Justin Credible. TNA 2009, Rob Terry makes his debut. The Freak, Rob Terry. I always liked that guy. I wonder what happened to him. Alberto El Patron wins the GFW. Remember GFW? Global Force Wrestling? He wins that title in 2017. Impact Wrestling Redemption 2018. Austin Aries retains the GFW title, or the Impact title, against the Lucha Bros, Pentagon, and Ray Phoenix. You have Ezekiel Jackson, the last ever ECW champion, who's 43 years old today. And Chuck Taylor won like fourth, I guess, of the best friends, is 35 years old today.
Happy birthday to them. Ezekiel Jackson was the fill-in at the promotion we will not talk about for Scott Hall because he no-showed. And I was super awkward because I didn't know what to say to Ezekiel Jackson because I didn't know anything about him.
He was the last ever ECW champion. That's all you need to know.
I'm sorry. I wasn't as smart back then.
He was a former Intercontinental champion. Come on, man. How you gonna do Big Zeke?
Now I'm gonna, if I meet him again, I'll respect him a lot more, and I'll just, chat him up about the glory days.
I mean, yeah, be like, so man, you were champion for like 5 minutes, bro. How do you feel? You know what I mean?
How's it feel to hold the same championship as Vince McMahon?
Yeah, exactly. yeah. Like, come on. Ooh, they have episodes of Superstars on Peacock. I'm actually interested in this. Let's go to the fan mail, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Who do you 420?
Who do you?
Mates, what lackluster episodes of both Raw and AEW this week. You got me talking about ECW. You see what you did, Brandon? We were going to talk about that. Oh, my God. Jack of all trades, Charlotte needs to be a heel for the remainder of her WWE career. She's just better that way. I agree.
Thank you.
I love heel Charlotte. Robert Walker. Hey Phil, saw the the interview with the world's freshest tag team. It was funny, and the dude that came in and said that Hogan, we're coming for you. You know what was hilarious? Hey man, D Rogue was great. D Rogue, he's charismatic. You know, with the squaw squaw. How'd you feel about D Rogue's performance? His impromptu performance.
It's not a performance. It's who he is.
Oh, it's a way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, D Rogue, we need to get him on the show, Brandon. That's going to be a crazy interview. I can't wait for that. And Juicy Finau coming in with the wings and the fries. Like, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. All right, Embratis Day X.
Mr. X.
There we go. Future Bulletcast Hall of Famer, by the way. All right, they did a great job with the Stone Cold biography. It took me right back to when I was a teenager in the late '90s. In my opinion, it was the greatest time in wrestling. Hey, man, I want to run something by you. So I was watching Coffee Talk with Friends with my homie Sir Wilkins, and he had a dude on there, Chisel Adonis, and he said that the Ruthless Aggression Era was better than the Attitude Era. How do you feel about that?
As much as I have nostalgia for the Ruthless Aggression Era, it's when I watched, and the Attitude Era is a tad bit overrated because if you just look at the undercard and the midcard, there's a lot of hot garbage over there. But
I mean,
what Stone Cold was doing and what The Rock was doing just outpaces anything we've ever really seen.
yeah, I mean, you look at it like the matches were good in the upper card and in that main event scene. Like, I mean, look, everybody was over. Everybody was over in the Attitude Era, absolutely. But you get to that mid card and that lower card, matches weren't really all that great. Run-ins to save finishes and what that. In the Ruthless Aggression Era, all the matches were good, bruh. All from the cruiserweights to the mid card guys in the US and IC title scene to that WWE World Heavyweight title scene. All the matches were great. The stories were really concise. I mean, it was a cool time, bro. It was a really cool time.
What is the point of running a professional wrestling promotion?
To make money.
And which era made the most money?
The Bruno Sammartino era.
I mean,
They sold out the Garden almost 200 times
per year. Per year.
I mean, the Ruthless Aggression era. Look, Attitude Era.
The Ruthless Aggression Era.
The Attitude Era made the most money.
Fall off of the Attitude Era. There's a trickle down effect.
Okay, but the matches were better. That's what I'm getting at. It's about making money, and it's also about pleasing the viewer. And there are viewers that that probably didn't like the Attitude Era all that much because the wrestling wasn't all that great. But in that Ruthless Aggression Era, boy, I mean, you got Benoit and Eddie and Angle and Lesnar and Edge and Orton and Cena, Batista, Flair, Hunter, Shawn, Mysterio, everybody tearing it up. Come on. All that talent, all world champions. Come on. Only people tearing it up in the Attitude Era were the main event guys. That's it.
And that's all they needed.
Yeah, I mean, they won the war, sure. But, if that lower card, in that mid card were...
If you want work rate, go watch WCW and the Cruiserweights.
That's what I'm saying. If they had that work rate in WWE during that time, they would have won the war a lot sooner. They wouldn't have got their ass kicked for 83 weeks. That's all I'm saying.
Stone Cold didn't get dropped on his head. He might have had a lot better matches.
Yeah. Instead of the walking brawl, you're right. Look, man, when the time machine's invented, I'll go back in time. I'll get the book, and I'll help NWCW a lot faster than it did. Yeah.
And make sure Owen doesn't go on his butt. Make sure he, puts a tombstone.
I'm rewriting a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Yes. All right. What are they gonna do now that T-Bar and Mass have been removed? Put them back on, or hopefully they'll just forget about the stupid gimmick and give them their real names back. I kind of thought that's what was gonna happen, like once they turned on Mustafa Ali, but I guess not. After watching the WWE Hidden Treasures show, if you had a valuable piece of WWE history, would you give it up or for a particular price? If so, what would it be? I'd probably just do the exchange, like I said. Like, just give me something out of the warehouse, or if I have a really valuable piece, give me a couple things out of the warehouse.
Yeah, I mean, if it's me, if they're willing to give me some money or just give me my money back for it,
Or
and if Stone Cold shows it to my door and he's like, "Oh, I want that, I want my vest back," and I have the vest, just give me the whatever $5,000 I spent on it. I have the memory of being with Stone Cold and yada yada yada, and that's enough for me personally. But
crack
apparently, some of these collectors, that's not enough.
crack open a beer, take a picture. I'd probably go like, give me half of what I pay for it and something out of the warehouse. I won't be like flannel homie who was just being ridiculous. Just I'll just keep it simple like that. Give me half of what I paid. Give me something out of the warehouse. That's it. That's it. Be cool. Also, what piece of WWE or just wrestling history in general would you love to have? I think you said that shirt, right? That's it for you.
Or the Seth Rollins Money in the Bank.
Which one? The TV used one or the one he actually carried around?
The one he cashed in on.
Oh yeah, that's in the warehouse. That's in the warehouse for sure. Oh man, dude. I mean, I have a piece of that ladder from that Money in the Bank match. That's great. I don't know, dude. Something really cool, man. Like, I know people like to collect like ring used gear. Uh, I don't know. Maybe like the tights from the Iron Man match that Sean had. Just because like I'm a Sean mark. You know what I mean? Or maybe the gear from the curtain call. Something like that. Macho Man's gear from WrestleMania 3. I mean, come on, man. Like history. I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I
Daniel
want.
Bryan's beard. Was that too much?
That's
Just a little too much, a little too weird.
that you okay? Do you have a Daniel Bryan shrine in your closet? You can tell me. You can tell me
I don't-
off air.
It's not. What do you mean in my closet? Do you think I'm hiding that thing?
Oh God. Okay. Also, if anyone out there in the Bulletcast Nation is feeling very nice and very evil, they can pick up my new design for Danhausen, my first design for Ring of Honor. Love that Danhausen. Hey, congratulations doing Brightest Day X, man. Doing designs for Ring of Honor. That's cool. Yeah, he may be too big for us at one point.
He's gonna big time us.
No, he wouldn't do that. He's a great guy. I love that guy. He's a great guy. All right, let's go into Monday Night Raw. Brandon, take it away.
Well, yes, we had Monday Night Raw on was it 4/19, not 4/20. We had Charlotte snapping. We had a promo segment with Charlotte coming out again. Asuka calls Charlotte the B word because we've never heard another woman call the other woman a B word. Rhea Ripley comes out during the match. Charlotte has a figure eight. Rhea interferes. Charlotte gets rolled up on, and then she snaps, beat ups on the official. She's suspended and fined. And apparently she's having dental surgery, which is one of the reasons she's written off television. But it's kind of a mess. I thought Rhea was maybe a babyface, especially with what she did in NXT. But I think this kind of further cements that she is a heel. But she's also interfering against a heel Charlotte. I don't know. What is going on here?
She's a tweener. Rhea's a tweener. Always has been. I guess that's what we're going to go with. I don't know. Yeah, Charlotte, she flipped out. Psycho Charlotte, I'm not opposed to it.
I'm all for the new look. I agree with the emailers who said that Charlotte needs to be a heel going forward. Would have, maybe not gone down the racist route when she was like speaking slow and loud to Asuka. But she's a heel. I guess that's something that you can lead into a little bit more. But Asuka, I feel she's kind of caught in the middle, and we're going to build to Rhea and Charlotte at SummerSlam, or probably SummerSlam if they're going to build it for that long. But with women's division over on Raw, very top heavy, and it's really just those three women.
Yeah, you're right. Breaking news. They finally added takeovers to Peacock. I'm actually excited.
All of them.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
Let me see. Let's.
I need to check this out for myself because before Stand and Deliver, I was like, you know what? I want to go watch an old takeover.
Let me see.
And I couldn't even watch a takeover that was in front
God.
of like live crowds. Like I can only, I guess I can go back to like the last War Games in like 2019.
Okay, so actually, no, it's not all of them.
That's what I thought.
It's not all of them. Damn it.
But
Damn it.
I will say
to hell.
they have put on more Raws, so I can go back, and if I want to, I can go back to grinding the Raw Attitude Eras. They're not sequential with the matches and everything, because usually I just watch what Stone Cold does and that's it. But I guess it's a start.
It is a start. It's something. They're giving us something. What else happened on Raw?
What else did happen on Raw? Talked about this a little bit as well. Drew McIntyre has a handicap match against Mace and T-Bar. That ends in a disqualification. Braun Strowman comes out. That leads to a tag team match, and McIntyre and Strowman unmask Mace and T-Bar. Who would have thought they're Dio Madden and Dominic Dijakovic? Philip, your thoughts on them actually unmasking? Do you think they stay unmasked? Do we see a gimmick change? What do you see with these guys?
Honestly, man, like just let them go back to NXT. Like this has really run its course. It ran its course like 4 months ago. Like let's be done with it.
I'm all for them unmasking and changing their gimmick, but I didn't want it to happen on screen. Like they turn on Mustafa, they get written off, they leave for a little bit, they come back as Madden and Dijak. That's fine. Don't acknowledge that they're from Retribution. But once you unmask them on television and people see who they are, and then maybe they try to, rebrand them. I don't think they're going to change the names. I think they're going to still be Mason T-Bar, which is a stupid name unto itself. But it's, a tiny positive that they took the dumb masks off, but it's also kind of a big negative on how they went about it.
You will not disrespect Mace. That is a great name. How dare you? You know where that came from, right?
I will say Mace is better than T-Bar.
You know where Mace came from, right?
Where did Mace come from?
Homie, that was a part of Bad Boy, with Big and P Diddy.
Okay. Where does T-Bar come from?
I have no idea. Some tool? Like I don't know. Were you not a Bad Boy fan, Brandon? Or are you on that death row? You on that death? Oh, okay. I see. Oh wow, John Cena did an interview with Bleach Report. Tells us why he missed WrestleMania. Wow, I'm gonna have to listen to that later.
Because he was in Canada filming something.
Yeah, I mean it's
we talked about this.
It's pretty simple, Maybe he goes into grave detail about it. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe. Also on Raw, the Viking War Raider experience is back, and instead of beating some jobbers up, I guess they did beat up some jobbers. They beat Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin Phillip. They break up the whatchamacallit. I've already forgotten the name. The Hurt Business for no reason, and then they don't even do anything with Cedric and Shelton after the fact.
The Hurt Business did not break up. They downsized.
Okay, well, they could have downsized, and Cedric and Shelton still could have been a viable, respected tag team instead of just getting beat up by the Viking War Raider experience.
Look, man, I don't know why this happened. I'm still sad about it. I really am. Cedric and Shelton, they deserved more. They deserved better. They really did. They really did.
You have AJ and Omos as the tag champs. Kofi Kingston just lost to Elias pretty clean. You got the Viking War Raider experience coming back. They were looking strong. And if you had Shelton and Cedric kind of be on their own and be strong in their own right after leaving the Hurt Business or getting kicked out, you would have had a decent tag team division, especially after, WrestleMania, where we looked around and was like, what is it, Omar, whatever his name is, and AJ, what are they going to do? And they just kind of dropped the ball, especially with Cedric and Shelton. You
will not disrespect Omos. I'm a fan of his. He has a name for his fans now. Did you know that?
I'm trying to think of something, and what are their names?
I'm an Omosapien.
An Omosapien.
I'm an Omosapien. Are you an Omosapien? Huh?
Sure. I'm an Omosapien.
Thank you. Yeah, the tag team division, it's not all that great, man. I don't know what they're doing. Like, what are we doing? This is why we just need one set of tag titles. Let them float. Bro. Could you imagine the interaction between Omos and Montez Ford? That'd be hilarious. I'd pop for that. That would be funny. Come on, man. Just let them float.
What? You're asking for less titles? That's crazy.
I mean, you do it all the time. I can't do it.
I mean, that's just a different I would have never expected, someone to say you want less titles. I thought everyone just wants more titles because you have more titles. That means you can sell things and, sell it to the kids and the kids can buy it.
Man, don't nobody give a damn about these raggedy kids. Listen, man.
Damn, as the GOAT Michael Jordan said, F them kids.
Yeah, or Brock Lesnar. I don't give it about your kids. Look, man, if we're not going to have the big goal, we can have one world champion, all right? Unification match at Survivor Series let's just have unification matches at Survivor Series this year. Would you be opposed to that? Would you really be opposed to that?
Absolutely not.
We have one world champion. We have one women's world champion, one set of tag champions. The IC and US, they can stay because, that's fine. I don't think anybody really has a problem with 2 mid-card titles. You know what I mean? And the women's tag titles, they can go in the warehouse. Yeah.
Have a match with the NXT tag titles and merge those, even though those just got created.
What about the NXT women's tag team titles? Or from the United Kingdom? What about those? Those are coming.
They got tag titles too. Oh my!
Those are coming. We just need like a triple threat unification.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. More unifications.
There we go. What else happened on Raw?
Well, finally, speaking of champions, we had Sheamus come out and he cut his promo talking about his win, and he asked for someone to step up to him, and it was Humberto Carrillo. And what happened? He just absolutely demolished him.
Bro, Humberto Carrillo's theme song's hella raw. Like, Dele Gas. I'm not going to try to imitate the rest. But, yeah, Humberto Carrillo, theme song hella raw. Not so much. Sheamus, I love the guy. I love that he's United States champion. It just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder what this means. Is this like them trying to push Humberto, trying to get him to stand up to the big bad bully of Sheamus? It looks like Riddle is doing his own thing with Randy Orton. But I would love to see Humberto get a little bit more of a push, but he was in the jobber locker room when Lashley asked all of them to beat up Drew McIntyre. And then when Drew stepped up to him, he just cowered in fear. And it's probably one of those things, as we said, if Vince doesn't remember, then nobody else does.
Yeah. It is one of those things. It's a shame.
It is a shame. Well, let's move on to AEW Dynamite.
What?
You're not going to say a thing?
Oh. Dynamite!
There we go. We get the opening match of Hangman Adam Page defeating Ricky Starks. Taz was on commentary. And, solid match. We got Ricky Starks gets dumped on his head. Luckily, he didn't die. But Hangman getting a win yet again. They're really building up that he's on this winning streak and he's the number one contender. Yet, Hangman hasn't really cut any promos talking about his aspirations to take on Kenny for the world title.
Yeah, man. This was not a good night for Team Taz at all whatsoever. Look, one of these guys has to win. And it can't just be Brian Cage. Brian Cage barely even wins. Like, Ricky needs some wins. Will he need some wins? Hell, Hook maybe he can get a win. I don't know. I did like that Hangman Page. He threw in that captain's hook from Brian Kendrick, or the Bulldog choke that Mox has been using lately, a verified Bulldog choke, and grabbed that ankle and made him tap out. I like when guys have different moves that they can win with. It excites me. But yeah, man. I mean, how long are they going to keep? Hangman Page on ice until he gets to the world title? You can't do it till
a month away from Double or Nothing.
Yeah, like you can't do it. You can't do it till August because that's just too long. It's gonna be the Kenny Omega effect from when he won the IWGP title. Like, okay, he got it, but it should have happened sooner. Like, honestly, you have 3 choices. You have Double or Nothing, Fight for the Fallen, and Fyter Fest. One of those 3 shows, we need to crown a new AEW champion, and it needs to be Hangman Adam Page.
When is All Out? All Out's like in September, right?
September, August, yeah.
So it's a little ways away, which I don't know how they're going to explain them holding them off for that long. But I feel like it's looking like we're going to get crowds, like a full crowd somewhere in the summertime. So maybe they do something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they need to. They need to do something like that desperately.
We also got a little attack. Hook actually got physically involved and stomped out Hangman Page. Didn't look the best, but Brian Cage comes out and he was going to power bomb him, but then Dark Order makes the save. So this sets up Hangman Page versus Cage. So we got Cage and Page next week. Hopefully JR doesn't mess it up too much.
Hey.
As long as Cage doesn't wrestle Cage and Page doesn't wrestle page.
Well, you know they have
then we're fine.
they have first names. Like, well, just call them by their first names. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? You know,
Adam versus Bryan.
this isn't the
That was
military.
pretty
This isn't
good.
the military. Nobody has to be called by their last name all the time.
Or WWE.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they do it a lot too. Anyway,
Anyways, we had Penta El Cero Miedo take on Trent, which the Best Friends theme song is still here. I am glad to report not everyone has Orange Cassidy's theme song. And Penta beats Trent with little shenanigans and stuff. So continuing with the Triángulo de la Muerte and the Best Friends feud.
with he was accompanied by was it Alex Abrahantes? I think that's the guy's name. The match was cool. You know, Pentagon with the Batman ears on. I'm like, oh, he's a Dark Knight. He's a vigilante. He's the lucha libre vigilante. I like that. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I
Penta
got.
also has a Joker mask that he can pull out.
Hey,
It's on Instagram.
I'm not opposed to that. It's kind of like when Rey Mysterio dressed up like Joker all those years ago.
And Flash and Captain America.
I liked the Daredevil attire by Rey. That was underrated.
Now Johnny Gargano is the guy who cosplays as superheroes.
Yeah, stealing Rey's gimmick. That bastard.
I know. We get a Pinnacle sit-down interview with Jim Ross. MJF did do most of the talking, but we actually had Wardlow talk a little bit as well. The other three, I believe, were they talked a little bit at the very beginning, but it was mostly MJF and Wardlow talking here. Another, I don't know if I'd say stellar promo from MJF, but I did think it was pretty good.
It was good. It was very good. Wardlow, he can speak. The guy, he can talk on the mic. He's got some communication chops, and I like that. And I mean, the guy, like, have you seen his indie work, Brandon?
I've not seen his indie work, but I've heard that he can bust
he-
some things out.
He can go. That dude can fly. He can get it done in the squared circle. And add that with, some talking chops, the dude's gonna be all right once he breaks off from the Pinnacle and MJF gets from under Maxwell's thumb and goes to that main event scene. He's gonna be all right.
I've seen him on Being the Elite, showing a little bit more of his personality. I was like, oh, he's the mute who stands behind MJF. But when he breaks up with MJF, I think he can be a very good talker in his own right. And we did see kind of the first signs of that here, which I did enjoy.
Absolutely, I love it.
We get Hikaru Shida taking on Ty Conti for the AEW Women's Championship. Ty Conti put up a fight, but no, Hikaru Shida retains. And Britt Baker comes out and sends a message that she is now the new number one contender. So setting that matchup possibly for a Double or Nothing.
A couple things. Ty Conti, friend of the show, love her to death. Ty, come on the show anytime. Listen, if they would have put the title like Ty Conti, I don't think anybody would have been mad. I would have actually gone for it. I would have done that. Shock and awe. That's what you want. Out of wrestling. Look, man, Hikaru Shida, her work has gotten slow. Have you noticed that? Like, her work has really gotten slow over the last few months. And I don't know. Like, I get you can tell the story of Britt beats Shida, the unbeatable babyface champion, loses to the dastardly heel. But come on. I mean, think about this. It'd be like a Mean Girl story. This lovable, pretty girl, who's an underdog. She wins the big one, and then the dastardly heel takes it from her. That's a nice little story. I like that. Anyway, but all in all, she's still the champ. And I did like how Britt Baker comes out there and has the graphic showing she's the new number one contender. Somebody actually using data and stats in the ranking system in a storyline. I love it.
Yeah, maybe she is exposing the data system a little bit by just getting some possibly cheap wins on Dark, but she's playing the system, and that's what you got to do. The match itself, it was a good match. I think it got better late when I thought they had some good near falls with Ty Conti. I honestly had a feeling that maybe they're going to put the title on her, but it does make sense to have she's held it for this long. If she's going to drop it to Britt and not, flip flop the titles in a month. But Ty Conti has come around. I kind of enjoyed her work and her act in NXT, but she definitely has taken it to the next level. She still does have some work to do, but you can see that she is definitely getting better.
That's that performance center, baby. It helped. It
I mean,
helped.
if it helped so much, then how come they didn't keep her?
What? Hey! Don't talk.
They also had Jade, and they let her go.
They had her. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look, the WWE, they didn't seed for their product. So, you know what I mean? People go somewhere else, they get hot, then they come back. That's just how it is. Look, I'm saying that you can tell that she's ahead of like other people in the squared circle because of the things she learned at the performance center and the tutelage of being under Matt Bloom and Norman Smiley and Sarah Del Rey and all those people. You know what I mean?
They built a good foundation, but when she was in NXT, I would assume she never had a match over like 8 minutes. And so being on AEW, working a lot more, getting that time to get better, I think that's definitely what's kind of taken her to the next level.
Oh, absolutely.
Then we get to the Inner Circle interview mid-ring with Tony Schiavone. Jericho does a lot of the heavy lifting. We get Jake Hager throwing straws to the camera. That was a thing. And then Santana cuts a promo. I think the Santana and the Jericho stuff worked. The Hager stuff, not so much.
As I'm watching Jake Hager right now. That's interesting. Look, don't talk about my man Hager like that, bro. I mean, the promo was cool. I know they called the promo from a couple weeks ago immortal. It wasn't immortal. Jericho's cut far better promos than that. Calm down. This was cool, but he said you better. The point of the message was in blood and guts. They're gonna kick their asses. That was the point.
Yeah, they're definitely hyping this up quite a bit. It's in like 2 weeks. They have the graphic up and they're selling tickets, and they're definitely leaning into this. They're gonna have a parlay next week. I know a thing or two about parlays, not exactly.
What do you know about parlays?
I have a crippling gambling addiction, and I lose all my parlays.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
Yes, I'm sorry.
If you need help, I know a guy.
All my parlays in the NCAA tournament didn't pan out so well. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to talk about the UCLA Alabama buzzer beater that took it to overtime and hit the over. But
like I said, man, if you need help with the gambling addiction, I know a guy.
I put it on ice, and I told myself I'm not gambling until the NFL season, which I've adhered to for the last month or 3 weeks.
There we go. I love it. I love to hear it.
We get QT Marshall taking on Billy Gunn. QT had his factory.
Whoa. That's the one Billy Gunn.
Sorry, the one Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
QT had his factory behind him. We get some shenanigans on the outside. QT definitely selling his ass off, not taken too serious, but he does get the win here. So we can see that QT is going to continue to be where he was beforehand, kind of building around him. Anthony Ogogo, the Olympic boxer, once again hits Billy Gunn with the gut punch. QT hits him with a diamond cutter, so kind of double heat for that finish.
Yeah, I mean it was fine. QT, the ring general, you love to see it.
Yeah, and Dustin Rhodes comes out to make the save, so possibly setting QT against Dustin. Cody nowhere to be seen. I don't know what's going on with that, but we get the Elite. They have a new trailer. Just randomly, they are shown in a trailer, black painted with the Elite on it. They cut a promo inside. Don Callis and Matt Jackson once again doing a lot of the talking, and Jon Moxley apparently was very inspired by that A&E Stone Cold documentary because he takes a pickup truck and rams it right into the Elite's trailer, and for some reason the Elite were able to scurry off and not be seen by anybody. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
I have no idea either. Kingston was looking for the shoes. I know that. I know that's what was happening.
I mean, that's like $20,000 worth of shoes right there. If they had them, I would have maybe taken them too.
Oh, whoa! You're gonna steal from the Young Bucks?
It's not stealing; it's borrowing. If maybe we have the same shoe size.
What size are you, Brandon?
I'm an 11.
Oh boy! I'm an 11 in Crocs. Does that count?
I've never had Crocs, so I don't know what that means.
What? Brandon, I'm gonna get you some Crocs for your birthday.
My brother did just get some Crocs, but I'm more of a slides guy.
It's basically the same thing. You know what I'll do? I'll get you the ones with the fur on the inside, so like if you need to like go outside while it's raining, your feet won't get wet. It's wonderful.
I will say for wintertime, I bought some like $30 Amazon slippers. Best thing ever bought. They're amazing.
But I'm gonna get you some Crocs though.
I mean, if you want to give me Crocs, I'm not going to be opposed to it. But
Okay. What's your favorite color? I'm gonna make this happen.
The standard, stuff like black, red,
Okay.
probably not white,
Okay. I'm gonna make all this happen for you.
purple. Give me the Post Malone ones.
Oh man, if we're going purple, we gotta go Prince.
Yeah. So going back to the segment, I like the promo. Didn't like the middle portion of the truck ramming in and the camera angles and everything like that. But the talk, I'll just say, I like the talking. I liked how the Elite came across Kenny kind of doing his Kenny thing. I really enjoyed kind of the banter and the affability that Moxley and Kingston had, but kind of everything in the middle, didn't like it that much.
Yeah, it was it happened. Like that's all I can say about it, man. It just happened. That was it. Nothing else.
Christian Cage takes on Powerhouse Hobbs, and Cage gets the win. Hobbs was going to give Cage some town business, and I guess he was hamming it up to the camera a little too much. Cage, the wisely veteran, took advantage of that and hits the kill switch for the win. So protecting Hobbs a tad bit, but Cage does win clean.
Look, man, if there were a couple things we could have done, like let's say he hits the kill switch. Let's say Hobbs puts his foot on the rope or under the bottom rope because they don't do that enough. I think that would have been fine. And then that next week they could be like, hey, you didn't really win. It was a cheap victory. Look, his foot's on the rope or under the bottom rope. Hobbs could have beat him senseless and got disqualified. That would have made him look strong. Like it just something, But I mean, other than that, I mean, shout out to Will Hobbs, Bay Area native, getting in there with the legend like Christian. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you going back to Team Taz not winning enough. Maybe if you wanted to do this feud with Taz and Cage, maybe because Cage was talking to some of the lower level, the young rookies, and have Hobbs, the other Cage, Ricky Stark, kind of beat up on those guys, get a win there, and Cage makes the save, and Christian makes the save, pronouns, pal, names, first names. And yeah, but match was good. Nice to see Powerhouse Hobbs getting not a win, but a spotlight here. We talked about Jade. She has a segment. They kind of lean into her being a free agent, possibly signing with someone. We get Vicky and Matt Hardy kind of staking their claim, but Jade in the end said, if someone wants to sign me, I'm my own person. It's going to take a lot of money to sign me.
Because she's that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Brandon, you haven't even complimented my haircut, dude. Come on, bro.
It's a beautiful haircut.
I mean, you see what you see.
So fresh and so tight.
So fresh and so clean.
Mm-hmm.
You see, throw the gel in there every once in a while to give it that shine appeal for the ladies.
I was gonna maybe get a haircut yesterday, but I was like, not feeling it. Maybe next week.
Oh, where do you go?
I just go to Supercuts because I'm cheap and lazy.
Oh, okay.
Because I always wear a hat, so I really don't care about my hair too much.
Oh, okay.
I don't got a guy.
Oh, okay. I have a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Then in the main event segment, Darby Allin takes on Jungle Boy, and they kind of keep it in the ring for the most part. No hardcore, no shenanigans really whatsoever. Sting and Luchasaurus get involved on the outside a tad bit. And Darby gets the win. We thought possibly Jungle Boy was going to pull it out with his submissions, but no. Darby cheated a little bit, raking the eyes, pulling the hair, and he kind of ties him up in knots and the leverage pin for the win. So Darby retains.
Yes, Darby does retain. The people are running out and all this. Like there's too much kerfuffle. I don't like all the kerfuffle. Look, man. Darby needs some legit just wins, just flat out 1, 2, 3 beating people. That's what he needs to do. The roll-up victories are cool on the bigger people, but when he has a smaller guy like Jungle Boy, he could definitively beat him. That's fine. And enough of what the hell is Sting's purpose with Darby? Just because they're both weird and wear face paint? That's why they're hanging out together?
Exactly.
That literally doesn't make any sense. Do you see me smoking weed and wearing tie-dye singlets and hanging out with RVD? No. What? That doesn't make any sense.
But have you tried?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Sweater.
not the weed part, the tie-dye singlets part, guys.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, that you haven't put it all together. Once you
Okay.
light it up,
Okay.
then just RVD will pop out of nowhere, especially get the RVD rolling papers.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, but it didn't really work for me. And then you got Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky running out there. Like Scorpio Sky's whole thing feels like he's underutilized and he's been looked over. I get that. Ethan Page, you can't feel the same way, dude. You just got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. I don't know what they're doing. If it's going to be Sting and Darby, is it Luchasaurus, and is it everybody? Also, SCU hasn't lost a match in forever, and they're not even talked about being number one contenders for the tag titles. And if you're trying to get heat on the Young Bucks, retiring their best friends, it's definitely a way to do that. Maybe
Best
that's
friends.
the other best friends, the
Yes.
old best friends,
Hey,
the OG best friends, OGBFs. There you go. There's a new name for you. Put it on a
man,
t-shirt.
the addiction.
Mr. X Dried Up.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh man, this was an interesting episode of Dynamite. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Who do we got? Oh man. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Um, Ronda Rousey. Congratulations. I wish you a world of happiness. Yeah.
I will go with Powerhouse Hobbs. Didn't win, but in a marquee match with Christian. Be honest, I didn't really see him getting to this heights this quickly, but it is nice to see.
That's my dog. That's my dog. All right, our promo pick of the week. You know, I was in the clip with Baby Huey last week, and it got me thinking. You know, he was like, "Does anything good happen at Backlash?" And I got on Backlash '09, watching Ricky Steamboat versus Jericho tear it up, and then I was thinking, like something good did happen at Backlash last year. Edge and Randy Orton, the greatest wrestling match ever. What got us there? This promo was the definitive answer to the challenge. Edge accepts Randy Orton's challenge May 18th, 2020.
Good, solid segment from these two guys. I talked about it, a while back. Randy Orton, as much as I dog on him and his in-ring stuff, 2020 was a good year for him on the mic, and him and Edge did go back and forth. I thought they did some good stuff. I mean, the Randy Orton promo against Beth Phoenix, maybe the last show in front of fans, or very close to that time. Randy Orton and Edge, they have a chemistry, and it definitely played out here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's our match pick of the week, Brandon?
Well, our match pick of the week is a Samoa Joe match. If you listen to Under the Radar, I hinted at this match, possibly the most famous Samoa Joe match in ROH. This is from October 1st, 2005. Samoa Joe takes on Japanese legend Kenta Kobashi, and they just absolutely beat the hell out of each other. They go back and forth. And if you haven't seen this match, definitely recommend you check it out. It is one of the more famous ones of Samoa Joe's career and ROH's career. Just an overall, outstanding match.
Man, the OG Kenta, right? The OG Kenta, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. And his letters aren't all capitalized, so it's different.
It is different, huh? It does it hit different, Brandon?
It's built different.
But it doesn't hit different.
It hits different. It's bussin', as the kids say.
Oh, what you know about bussin'?
Jeez.
Sheesh.
I'm on TikTok too much.
Oh man. Oh, I see you pimping. I see you pimping. Hey man, Kenta Kobashi, dude. Like he was at StarCast when we went, dude, and I walked past. I'm like, yo, that's a legend right there with the title. The what was it? The GHC title. I was like, yo, bro, that's some god tier ish right there. This match is great, man. It's hard hitting. This probably Samoa Joe's. This might be one of his most famous matches ever, along with the triple threat from TNA with Daniels and Styles, bro. Like this right here, this was a masterclass. It was what's up.
If we're talking about StarCast stories from Kenta Kobashi, went to go meet the Smoke Show, and Karrion Kross, Killer Kross at the time, was right there with her, and he was marking out. He was like, "Oh, that's Kenta Kobashi. I'm gonna go say what's up to him." So it was a fun little moment of wrestlers acknowledging legends and Killer Kross being a big fan, wanting to meet one of those legends.
Hey man, that's what's up. That's what it's all about. These guys are fans at the end of the day, also. As we wrap it up, I will be in Oakley this Sunday for YWA Yay Area. We're gonna get a little hyphy out there, you know what I'm saying? This new promotion. It's their first show. It's on a Sunday. Uh, Doors open at 12:30 p.m. Bell time at 1 p.m. It's early. Yeah, man, get out there, go say what's up. You'll see Alpha Zoe, you'll see Juicy Finale, you'll see the Bike Club. Remember the Bike Club, Brandon?
How can I not? How can I forget them?
They're gonna be there too. You got Tony Vargas. He'll be in the main event. You got a lot of cool stuff, man. Let me run this down for you real quick, man. This is gonna be some good stuff. I'm excited. I'm very very excited. You got UFC Hall of Famer Stephan Bonner. He's gonna be there. You man, West Coast Design. He'll be there selling shirts. Yeah, Devin Danger versus Sanders. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of cool stuff. Bike Club versus the American Degenerates. It's going to be a tag team championship match. Yeah, man. So Prince Gabriel versus Macromania. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of people I've never seen before. So I'm excited for that. I'm always excited to see new talent. Of course, you got Midas Creed, D Rogue, Alpha Zoe. So a lot of cool stuff's about to happen. Hey, if you see me, come give me a socially distanced high five and all that other good stuff. As we close, guys, follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram the Bulletcast, YouTube channel the Bulletcast. Emails bulletcast2 is the number 2 sweet bulletcast2 sweet swet at gmail.com. 104.7 FM KAPU in Watsonville every Friday night from 11 p.m. to midnight. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, and Patreon. Follow Curveballs and Chair Shots. Under the Radar's back. Into the Stratosphere. I don't know what Cindy's doing. I don't know when that's coming back. TNC at the Movies on YouTube. My buddy Juan, who was the cameraman for the show last week. Go follow TNC at the Movies on YouTube. They recap movies. Absolutely. Also, follow Film on YouTube. Forever I Love Movies by my homie Will. He does great work over there. Complex Conversations. I'm looking at bringing in some new content coming very soon. I'm emailing people for the Bulletcast. I'm trying to get some big names this year. We had a nice little year last year. I want to advance on that. I want to grow. And thank you guys. The subscriptions for the Bulletcast on YouTube have been blowing up, man. We started out the year with like 160. Now we're up to like 275. That's huge. That's immensely huge. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe, stay quarantined. Diamonds are forever. So is the microphone Messiah. Hey!
When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.